Cold War is boring. This game has very little content to hold over, and in return is a very boring and unmotivating game to play. While we are only about 1/3 of the way through the game's life cycle, I gotta say it's severely lacking in content that's good, and in return we have a very boring and lackluster game. In Cold War, there are really only two big things to do before content becomes dry. Those two things are getting DM Ultra and Dark Aether though. After completing these two main challenges, there's not really much else to do, and in return you stop playing after a while. Now while yes, every season you do get a new battle pass and you get your level reset, you only have to play for about a week or two and you will get Prestige Master and Tier 100 on the battle pass, and just like that you're back to nothing to do. Everything else in the game has a lack of reward to it, so there's no point in going for it whatsoever. For example, the season challenges, if you do all of them you get an animated calling card, but why go through all those challenges when you can just get another animated calling card that looks better, easier? And all the seasonal calling cards are boring animated calling cards and give you no reason to go for them whatsoever, as you just get that card and you're never going to use it. Leveling up is the same way. While yes, it is nice that we could rank up to level 1000 every season, what's the point when in less than a year it literally means nothing, and the only way to show it off is to go on Cold War the previous COD to show off you got level 1000. You don't actually get anything cool for ranking up and hitting high ranks in Cold War. All you get is every 50 ranks either a new prestige icon or a prestige key to use in the prestige shop. And once you get that high rank that you become proud of, who cares when in literally 2 weeks it's going to get reset back down to level 1. There's really no point in high ranks when every season you get reset back to level 1. It's just a slap to the face in my personal opinion. You might be thinking to yourself though, what about all the modes in Cold War that you play that you can make the game not boring? Well, think about it. You probably play 1 to 3 playlists and they probably get very repetitive very fast. Me personally, I play 3 things: Nuketown 24/7, League Play, and Zombies. All 3 of these playlists I play get very repetitive, incredibly fast, and boring overall, and I just get off the game after a while. The most reward you get though is from League Play, and it's still pretty lackluster. In League Play you get pretty much 2 things that you can actually show off in other parts of the game. That being, once you hit a certain rank you get a boring calling card that you're never going to use, and the emblem of your rank that you can show off that I've seen maybe about 2 people use in pubs. That's about it. Zombies though, all you get are some crystals you can use to upgrade stuff, and you only get 2 maps to play from that are both very repetitive and get boring very quickly. Now, I do know Outbreak is in the game, but personally, I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not that fun to me. It's more running around than doing actual challenges and whatever you actually have to do in Outbreak. And the only reason I ever played it was for the Dark Ops challenge, but Outbreak is just not it for me. 6v6 COD though, what most people play, what is there to do in 6v6 COD? Nothing really, as all you get in return for whatever it might be is harder lobbies because of the skill based. And the content drops for 6v6 multiplayer in Cold War are a joke, and within a week you're probably off the game because there's nothing fun to do in the game. Now if you are enjoying videos like this though, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and don't worry, as it's always free to subscribe and you can always unsubscribe later. But what I think this game is missing is the lack of rewards. It was the same thing with Modern Warfare 2019. They gave you 2 things to do when a new season came out, that being the battle pass and levels, and you got a couple of new things, and that was the only reward you got for playing the game. Now at least with Modern Warfare there was at least content in the game, and with this game there's no content. In Season 2 for 6v6 COD for Cold War, we have gotten 1 new map, and a new map that isn't a new map, it's just a fix to one of the worst maps in COD history. In Modern Warfare though, 6v6 COD was getting 2 to 4 maps per season. Have it be a new map or a remake, they were still getting more content to make the game more fun, but in Cold War you get 1 map and the rest of the content goes to other modes that most players don't play, like Fireteam or Gunfight or Warzone, which I do know most people play that, but for Cold War players, who cares about this? Cold War though, in general, is lacking severely in the content department, and in return is an extremely dry game currently, and the only cool things that ever come out is in this store that is locked behind a giant paywall that sometimes costs almost half the initial price of the game. This is what Cold War is lacking in. Cold War is lacking in the content and rewards. Simple as that. There's almost no reason for a player to keep coming back to this game except when a new content drop comes, and they're maybe on for a week or so. So if Treyarch can finally get the ball rolling, this game could probably be so much more fun and replayable, but for now it's simply just bad. Just for example, one thing I miss a lot from past CODs that they could use in this COD is community events. Remember in Black Ops 3 the community event to get the prize fighters? Or in Black Ops 4 the community event to get the Grav? Just small things like this where people actually have to play the game and in return they get something pretty cool. It's just, why don't we have this? I understand their new drip feed content system, but At the very least, give us something to actually enjoy the game. There's no reason for anyone to get back on Cold War once they finish the Battle Pass and got Prestige Master in whatever season it is. But in the end, I hope in the future this COD becomes more replayable and gets a more reward system for people to play the game actually, and doesn't just focus on 2 things that will keep you busy for a week or 2. But if you did enjoy the video, a like is greatly appreciated, and sub means even more, and make sure you follow me on Twitter and Twitch for more content. Links are in the description below, but until next time, see ya.